So earlier today, the Las Vegas Raiders had their mock game in which they allowed fans to attend. And today we're going to break down some of the tape that is coming out of that 11-on-11 game. I do recognize that the Raiders do not allow practice footage to be recorded, but the mock game is a little bit different. We got real footage coming out here, and I'm excited as hell to get into this, man. This is basically the first real tape that we are getting of the Las Vegas Raiders, right? They're basically going full speed out there. Obviously, they're not going to, blow up the quarterback. They're not going to take cheap shots or anything like that, but they're out there. They're trying to tackle. They're trying to hit. They're trying to pancake people, right, for an offensive lineman. And we got about 6-7 clips that I kind of want to get into. So, first play here, Geno Smith keeps it on a quarterback option. Really good read. He's going to end up reading number 29 here. And keep in mind, there's a lot of numbers that have kind of changed. There's a lot of new faces for the Raiders. So I don't know every single person that's going to be out there. So I will be going back and forth between the actual roster, which I have pulled up to my right here. Geno Smith, man, phenomenal job. He obviously ends up reading number 29 here. This looks to me like it's the first team unit. I believe this is DJ Glaze. You got Colt Miller, Dylan Parham, and I think this is Alex Kappa and then Jordan Meredith in. So Jackson Powers-Johnson is not in with the first team unit, which again is kind of surprising, right? This is something that a lot of people did not expect to happen, where Jackson Powers-Johnson does not take first team snaps. And I'm not really sure what's happening at this point with Powers-Johnson, but there is one play that kind of stood out to me that, it doesn't look good, right? And we're going to talk about that as we kind of get to that play, but you guys can see it, man. Here's the guys, right? DJ Glaze, Dylan Parham, Colt Miller. Guys are out there, right? Guys are competing. Really, really nice job by Geno Smith. I mean, he reads this perfectly, right? Number 29 here. Let me see exactly who 29 is. So 29 is Chris Smith. He's out here. He's going to actually come downhill, right? And the second he comes downhill, you pull that football. And that's just a really, really good job by Geno to pull it, to take it, and score the touchdown. Let's get into the next play. Also, every single one of these videos is kind of being put out there. I will put a link down in the comments below to the actual people that are uploading these videos. Big shout out to every single one of those guys. They do a really good job covering the Raiders. I really do think the Raiders have some of the best reporters that are actually at camp, right? Or, within the building. They do a really good job putting out things that you kind of want to hear, right? Here's a really nice play made by Greedy Vance. He's going to break up the pass. I believe that's Philip Dorsett, maybe someone else that he breaks up the pass against. Just a really, really, really good job, truth be told. So once again, you got Jordan Meredith, number 61 in. You got Alex Kappa in, I believe, at right guard. You got DJ Glaze over here on the left side. It looks like there's a little bit of pressure on the quarterback on this one. So let's go ahead and look at this. It's probably a sack on this one. So we'll try breaking down exactly the guy that ends up getting in there. The Raiders actually run a defensive line game where they blitz linebackers. So the Raiders are basically going to run defensive line games with these two guys. Number 54 comes on a blitz. I believe the linebacker here also ends up blitzing. It's a really, really nicely executed play and it ends up working. 42 comes. Number 42 for the Raiders is going to be, let me pull up the roster, is Matt Jones. And then, of course, 54 is going to be Jalen Smith. It looks like this is the backup defense for the Raiders. Keep in mind, it is the first team offense. Maybe not the wide receiver, but at least, on the offensive line, it's the first team offensive line. You got Geno Smith back there. To me, this is a sack, though, right? Let's see who should have done a better job at this point. So, Jordan Meredith here, as well as, I believe that's Alex Kappa, but let me actually just confirm if that is actually Kappa. It's hard to tell exactly based off the number. You don't really see it. It could be Will Putnam as well. I'm not 100% sure who that is at right guard right here. But basically, these three guys here, let me just pull the pen back up. These two guys here, one should have taken number, I don't know who that is, but one should have taken that defensive lineman. The other one should have come back and picked up 75. The guard here should have picked up Jalen Smith, who's going to obviously come around on this blitz. The running back does a great job on number 42. Glaze has his guy way out here as well. So again, the swapping's a little too slow on the inside. And this is what happens. No hate on Jordan Meredith. I like him. I think he's a good offensive lineman. When you're not super strong, you have to fully lean into these guys to pass it off, right? You see Jordan Meredith here is going to fully lean into I believe that's 68 to pass it off. And then it's just a little slow, right? You're putting your helmet into that guy, and you're not recognizing that a linebacker's coming on this blitz here. And, you got to do a better job right there to pass that off. You got to be able to get to 54. To me, this is a sack, right? Right there, that's a sack. Right? He obviously slows down. And if it's not a sack, it's a huge hit on your quarterback. And obviously, we're gonna overanalyze these videos kind of coming out. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. Obviously, I'm excited to get this footage because we don't get these things from the 11 on 11, right? The normal 11 on 11. The Raiders force you to not record. So I'm excited to see what these guys can kind of do when preseason comes around. And I should also just throw this out there. I love the fact that Jalen Smith here is telling this defensive lineman you're lined up in the wrong alignment. Get your ass to the inside, all right? That right there is a leader, right? That's the type of person you want out there if you're the Raiders. That's a good job right there, right? And do keep in mind, the Raiders are going to blitz a lot this year, man. So that's something I'm personally really, really excited for. We have 5 plays I still want to kind of get into. This is the one where with Jackson Powers-Johnson, you got to do a better job on this one. And it's hard to tell because it is super, super far away. I don't think, and I think this is Adam Butler that is the guy that's going to run this game. I don't think Adam Butler holds on to Jackson Powers-Johnson, right? When you run a defensive line game, the point is for you to basically hold on to that right guard and run into the right tackle. I don't think that happened here. And, with that, you got to do a better job if you're Jackson Powers-Johnson getting to Tyree Wilson here. Wilson's going to generate a little bit of pressure. Now, to Powers-Johnson's credit, he does get the hands on Tyree here. He does push him out of there, but that's pressure, right? And you don't want that. At the same time, Powers-Johnson doesn't really help DJ Glaze with the defensive tackle either, right? It's not like DJ gets into a really good spot here. And maybe DJ should have done a little bit of a better job, maybe recognize the game quicker. To me, that's a bad job, though, by Powers-Johnson. You got to help your tackle out a little bit more than that. Tackle has to see that and get in front of it as well. I hope, this is not what the Raiders' offensive line looks like. And, to DJ Glaze's credit, he actually looked good in pretty much every other I think there's one play, which we'll get into, which he ends up getting beat. But he looked good out there, man. He actually really surprised me. Jax Powers-Johnson, kind of the opposite, right? Like, maybe he's not used to the right guard position, right? Last year he played left guard and, of course, center as well. So maybe he's not used to right guard. But either way, you got to do a little bit of a better job, right? Also recognize the formation that the Raiders are in, right? They're basically in a empty pro type of formation. You got Ashton Jeanty here. You got, I believe that's Brock Bowers. I believe this is Thornton. I can't really tell who the slot and the receiver at the bottom is. The Raiders can run a lot of these different, and I do also keep in mind this is a quick game right here, right? So it's a 3-step drop, ball's coming out. This is a lot of what the Raiders are going to do this year, right? They're going to open it up for Geno Smith. They're going to let him sit in shotgun. They're going to read the coverage, get the ball out. And we have the weapons this year, right? Obviously, Ashton Jeanty, Brock Bowers, Mayer had a couple of nice catches that I've seen. Pretty nice job right there by the left tackle, left guard. They do a pretty good job on their 2 guys. I wish we got more of these type of videos where it's like the perfect angle as well. There you guys have it. Let's go ahead and get into the next play here. You got an absolute bomb here by Geno Smith. I mean, that's a beautiful pass. I don't know exactly who that is that catches that. We'll see who the number is. It could be Philip Dorsett. So he beats number 27. I can't even tell who that is. It is Philip Dorsett. He beats number 27. 27 is Sam Webb. Phenomenal job right there. Let's see if we can see the alignment. 29 is rotating. And Sam Webb is probably in a cover. I don't know if it's a cover 3. 29 is getting into the middle of the field. It could be man coverage. It does look like it's man coverage. But Jalen Smith looks like he's in zone, so it could also be cover 1. Either way, Sam Webb gets straight up beat on this one. Now, it is a touchdown, right, by the pass, but I do also want to point out, this is the one play that DJ Glaze actually ends up losing. If you guys keep an eye here on Glaze, he gets cross-chopped, and I think it would have been a sack. And he's actually going up against, I believe that's number 91. Do the Raiders have someone, number 91? Jafari Harvey, UDFA. He does a nice job with the right arm. You can see it. It's not really a cross chop. It's just a swat. But he ends up getting past DJ Glaze on this one right there. And to me, he's on the other side, and I think that would have probably been a sack right there. Of course, you're not touching the quarterback. You're not hitting him. You're not doing any of those things, right? And it's also hard to tell. Maybe he runs past them. It is kind of hard to tell at the angle. And you also see some of the other guys that are out there. A number, I believe that's 69 is playing right guard. I believe 69 is Will Putnam. Actually, Putnam 67. The Raiders, they have a 69. I don't see anyone with a 69. Maybe that's not 69. Maybe it's 68. I'm not sure who that is, to be honest with you guys. But he does a pretty good job, whoever that is. Let's see who else is in there. You got Jordan Meredith, does a pretty good job. But you got a double team with the left guard, center, so that's a wash. Left tackle going up against, I believe, number 58. It's a really, really good job right there by Colt Miller. Really good job with the punch. He leans a little bit, but, you know, Colt Miller's a leaner. That's just kind of what he is, you know. It's still a pretty good job he stays in front of that guy. And just a really good job by Dorsett to just run past the coverage. But then even more than that, you know, Geno Smith, I love the guy's deep ball ability, man. He looks really, really, really good. We got another play here. Now, this is a replay that someone took a video of. Basically, you're going to see here, this is Thayer Munford playing right tackle. And he gets beat by Maxx, and Maxx Crosby strips Aiden Connell. And then he ends up running it back the other way for a touchdown. So, this is the replay of that play. Really, really nice job by Maxx Crosby. Obviously ends up beating Thayer on this one. Maxx Crosby, man, just a special football player. And again, this is the backups, right? Which is interesting. I wonder if they had the first team defense against the backups. Because that's unfair, but, you know, it is what it is. It is a mock game. I think it's actually the first unit on both offense and defense against the second unit on offense and defense, which is super unfair because the first unit is going to obviously win. It's a really, really nice play right there by Maxx. Just wanted to show it to you guys since it did happen. There's 2 plays left, both by the offense. This one here, man, this is absolutely incredible by Geno. I mean, if this is the quarterback we're getting right here, that, man, holy crap. Holy crap. Let's break this play down. I'll let you guys just watch the entirety of it. But Brock Bowers, phenomenal catch. This was actually his second touchdown. I'll show you guys the other one here in a second as well. But Brock Bowers, one-on-one up there at the top. He's going up against number 36. 36 for the Raiders is going to be, let me see. That's going to be Kai Blue Kelly. I think that's his name, Kai Blue Kelly. But the pass, man, incredible back shoulder pass. I mean, it doesn't get better than this right here. Brock Bowers is like at 5 yards, and the pass is already thrown. I mean, talk about anticipating a pass, right? Back shoulder, right there. Brock turns around perfectly away from the defender. I mean, that's absolutely incredible right there, right? It literally does not get better than that. And even the guys up front, phenomenal job right here. Keep an eye on Miller. Colt Miller does a good job. He has Tyree. He does a pretty nice job, but it's kind of hard to tell from this angle exactly what happens. Dylan Parham has a guy on him. I can't tell who that is. Let me see if we can see the defensive player. Missed it. I believe it was number 91, which I think is the rookie. Let me see who 91 is, if I can find the number. Yeah, 91. Jafari Harvey, man, with the move, man. I think that's who this is, and I'll look a little bit closer. But look at the hezzy, right? That little fake movement right there. I'm looking at this guy right here. Look at this little fake inside. Jumps outside, right swat, left arm comes over the top, hits the corner. Dylan Parham does a good job, and it's also just a quick 3-step drop, balls out, so you're not going to actually generate pressure. But man, if you can hezzy, if you have the swipe and you're able to hit the corner and do some of those things, that's a guy to keep an eye on, man. I haven't even mentioned Jafari Harvey at all. But based off of these 6 plays that I'm looking at right now, that's the second time he's made a play. Not even make a play. The other time, I think he beat DJ Glaze. I think on this one here, although he doesn't get past Dylan Parham, I mean, the hezzy swipe, like that stuff translates. So, I don't know, man. Keep an eye on this guy. Definitely going to be an interesting guy to watch. I might go back and watch his college tape. I believe he's a UDFA, rookie UDFA specifically. And then on the other side, you have some of the other guys as well. Really good job by DJ Glaze. He's going to stick right on top of his guy. Same with Alex Kappa is going to end up helping. Jordan Meredith does a good job. It is kind of interesting, once again, that the Jack Sparrow-Jones is not out there with the first team unit. There's something going on, right? In my opinion, there's definitely something going on. I don't know exactly what it is. I don't think it's that he's not better than those 2 guys. I think there's something else going on, and it's just something to kind of keep an eye on. We'll see what actually ends up happening. Hopefully it's nothing. But again, really, really nice play right there. And then, of course, the final one. Once again, Geno Smith's going to throw this one to Brock Bowers. Phenomenal play once again, man. I mean, it does not get better than this, right? Geno Smith's protected, steps up, and throws a really, really nice pass. And I mean, even at the end of this, man, watch. So Jackson Powers-Johnson is in here. Let me just back up really quickly. So this is the first time that Geno Smith throws a touchdown to Brock Bowers. That other play was actually the second time he threw it to Brock Bowers. And it actually looks like Jackson Powers-Johnson in here the first time. So I don't know if there's still a rotation going on, right? But it does look like Jackson Powers-Johnson was at least in there on some reps, right? And just look at the physicality, man, by Powers-Johnson. I mean, this is your own team, right? He's gonna help the center, and then watch him help DJ Glaze after this, right? So keep an eye on Powers-Johnson. He takes the first guy, right? He has a wide 3 technique on him, which is this defensive lineman here. He's going to stop him, and then he's going to pass him off to the center, Jordan Meredith. Right there, there's the pass off. And watch the eyes turn over here towards DJ Glaze. And then, bam, he's going to take a shot on number 90. That right there is what I like, man. And then even at the end of this, look at Geno Smith go right over to Jackson Powers-Johnson and let him know at least something, right? You guys can see how excited I am that we got actual tape coming out. This is like a bad angles, not great. We're like barely trying to figure out who's who. But this is what we should kind of expect as we go forward. You know, there's going to be a lot of tape coming out. We had a Hall of Fame game, Chargers versus Lions, this past Thursday. I got access to that tape, man, and I was so damn excited to watch that tape. And I don't even like the Chargers, right? And even the Lions, I think they're going to fall off this year. But I still enjoyed the hell out of just watching some random rookies playing, you know. And the Raiders will have some random rookies as well, right? Maybe it's Jafari Harvey. Maybe it's DJ Glaze or Jackson Powers-Johnson who take that next step. I'm excited as hell for the tape to kind of come out there. And I'm excited to see what the Raiders kind of develop into, what our team kind of looks like this season as well. I really do think the Raiders are going to be a lot better as we kind of go forward. And, you know, before I end this video, I guess I should just see if we can see anything from the defensive guys, right? Where we're mostly talking about some of the offensive guys. You can see here Brock Bowers obviously catches a touchdown. And you can see the closest defender, you know, 25 is right there. 25 is the Cameron Richardson. And then you see another guy who tries getting in there. Yeah, I'll do a little bit of better job here on the defensive side. I'm going to just quickly go through some of these other clips to see if we can find any of the other defensive guys. You know, backup corner, that one's probably not a huge one. This is the deep touchdown pass. It's hard to tell. It looks like some sort of cover one to me. Again, it's hard to tell. It could be a cover 3 lock where it's a cover 3, but on one side you can be man-to-man. It's hard to tell, though, from this angle. We don't have enough. Even then, it is kind of interesting because 29 here doesn't drop super far back, right? Sometimes you get these guys to drop like, I'm going to just start backpedaling, and then I'm going to keep my eyes. And, you know, the Raiders do have 3 wide receivers over here, as you guys can tell. Which means it could be a cover 3 lock, right? Which means the linebacker on the left, right? I think he's right in front of 29, like right there. You can kind of see his feet. I think this guy will then lock with, I believe, if a running back releases over here towards the left, and then if there's a corner over here on the left edge, he'll play man-to-man, and then everyone else plays a cover 3. It could be that. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But it is interesting that 29 doesn't drop super far back, even though he's rotating in what looks like into that post spot. Right? He almost just kind of goes from the middle. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't get deep enough. I don't know. Right? It's hard to kind of tell. We don't really know what's happening. Let's just look at a couple more of these to see if we can see what the defense is aligned in. Here, you can definitely tell it's a cover 3. Right? You can just tell right away. You have it's not a light box. So you still got 3 guys over here. You got 2 guys over here. And you only have 1 safety if you're the Raiders. And then, you have 2 guys. This guy has his hips open, which tells me it could be cover 3. We can just watch the play. And it'll tell us what this actually is. You got a linebacker, almost like he's going to blitz. It looks like it's some sort of cover 3 to me. I think it is cover 3 based off of how these guys all drop, right? It is empty formation, so the rules change a little bit as well. But this is what the Raiders are going to be running a lot this season, right? It's going to be a lot of these type of looks. We can also see just kind of where guys are lined up. Let me see who this is. I'll see if I can recognize any of these numbers. It's hard to tell from how I'm looking at it. I'll also zoom in for you guys. Number 30, I believe that's Darnay Holmes. It is Darnay Holmes. So Holmes is playing in the slot. You got 2 linebackers. Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I can't tell. I don't think this is Isaiah Polamau. Can't also tell who that is. And we'll see if we can forward this a little bit. Number 34 for the Raiders is going to be Thomas Harper, who's playing free safety. That makes sense, right? So Harper is the guy that's playing way back over here. That 100% makes sense. Thomas Harper might be the Raiders' starting safety this season, right? There's something to kind of keep an eye on. Lonnie Johnson actually ended up getting carted off the field. I don't know if it's been put out there what it was, but some people are saying it could have been an ACL injury. He was carted off the field. I've got 2 plays. Just want to see if we can recognize. We already kind of broke that one down. This is backups as well. Not a huge deal. But there you guys have it, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Obviously, it's the best tape we have up to this point. So subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. And I will see you guys next time with another video.